Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing the Wizard L by BG Cornhole. Now, I actually reviewed this bag when it first came out. My review went up about a year and a half ago. I've had a lot of people since then ask if I was going to do an updated review or a new review, and I've always said no because nothing's really changed. This bag's the same bag now as it was back then, but I was lucky enough to have somebody let me borrow this set, so thank you for letting me borrow these so that I can bring you this new updated review. A lot of controversy surrounding that first review. I'm going to kind of put an end to that controversy, answer some questions that, or give you some answers that I didn't have. There was a lot of speculation back then. I've got answers now, clarify some things for you guys. Let's go ahead and dive in. We'll break these Wizard L's down. As always, start with materials. Slow side is a herringbone carpet. It is the most popular of those herringbone carpets out there. Same slow side you find on the BG Wizard, the BG Sorcerer. It's the same slow side that Swag Bag uses on the Wicked, the Maniac. Noble uses on the Moccasin. Southwest uses on the Chief, the Capo. True Cornhole uses on the Go-To. Templar uses on the Sancho. I could go on and on. There's a lot of bags. I mean, this is almost every bag company out there has a bag with this same herringbone carpet on there. It's speed-wise, I call it a 5-speed. But I tell you all the time, you can manipulate the speed. If you brand new, it's 5.5, 6 speed. Once you start to break it in, it gets roughed up. It'll slow down into a 5-ish. If you get it really super dirty, really rough, you throw outdoors, concrete, asphalt, you just really get this material fuzzed up. It'll get down to like a 3.5, 4 speed. If you keep it clean, it'll play on that faster 5.5 speed for you. So you can kind of manipulate the speeds. But most people, most conditions, it's going to settle about that 5. It's a great control material. You can do a lot with it. Shot shaping, cuts, rolls, sloughs, does it really well. It's great for blockers. The knocks on it, the biggest knock on this material, I tell it all the time, is herringbone carpet is not hole friendly. It wants to hang up, it wants to stick, which is what makes it a great control material, is it wants to grab and stick. It's not the hole friendliness of material, but you don't throw herringbone carpet for hole friendliness. You throw it because of the control it gives you. That's the trade-off. You're gaining control, you're giving up hole friendliness. But other than that, I love herringbone. It's one of my favorite materials to throw. So I even though I say it's not hole friendly, that's not necessarily a negative, right? Because I love the control I get with it. I love everything that it'll do. So it's a wonderful material. 5-speed slow side. Fast side, this is that game changer, surefire fast side, same fast side that BG uses on the regular Wizard. So it's the same two materials you find on the regular Wizard. 8.5 speed, it's fast, it has some control to it. It's great for pushing through and collecting blockers. So if you throw a level 2, level 3 blocker, even like a level 4 blocker, you get enough speed on this fast side to push it right all the way up the board. It's great for blowing up piles, cleaning up messes. So 8.5 speed on these Wizard L's, same speeds as you find on the regular Wizard. Template-wise, medium template bag. Fill-wise, it's a medium amount of fill, but it's on the thinner side. That's where the L comes in. The L stands for light. This is a lot of controversy in the first review is I called the Wizard L a Wizard Light. Technically, the first set was not a Wizard Light. Technically, it was a separate model. I think it was intended to be a Wizard Light. BG changed the fill in this bag from the regular Wizard, which was against what the ACL would allow, so it wasn't allowed to be a sub-model of the regular Wizard, so it became its own model. However, if you go to the ACL's website now, look at approved bags, this Wizard L is no longer listed as a separate model. It is now listed, the regular Wizard is listed as a Master Series, so this is now a sub-model, and that's because BG has changed the actual fill. This is the regular Wizard. I have a new set of 25 regular Wizard. The fill in this bag now resembles the fill in the Wizard L. They've changed the fill, which now makes this truly is a Wizard Light. So now for those, all that controversy and all the flack that I took for calling the Wizard Light, it is now officially a Wizard Light. We can now call this a Wizard Light. But the L also means not just light, it means it's got less fill in it, which means the bag is going to be thinner, the bag is going to be floppier. There's flop here. That flop gives the bag forgiveness. Honestly, it's nice. Herringbone does better when it has flop. Because herringbone has a kick to it. One of the other knocks to it is it wants to kick, and if you don't throw flat, it will punish you. By putting some more flop in there, you take some of that kick out, you take some of that bounce out, it gives you a little bit softer, more forgiving landing. The flop also allows that bag to grab that hole better, right? So you can grab that hole, and you're not going to get bags that grab and drip in as much, but you get bags that grab and sit there, and then you can come back with your next bag, drag it, airmail drag, throw a cut, and clip it in or step out and collect it, whichever side of the hole it's on. So you can still go after and collect that bag. So the flop makes the bag more forgiving. It's definitely a more forgiving bag than the regular Wizard. The regular Wizard is more bouncy and active on the landing. Bigger kick, a little harder control. This has a little more control. So if you don't throw a flat bag, the Wizard L is a better option for you. The fill in here is a mixed fill. So it has some flat disc in here as well as some beads. If you watch my reviews, you know I love mixed fills. I tend to like bead. Bead fill is more hole friendly. Flat disc fill is more forgiving on the landing. So that flat disc helps take even more of that kick out of that herringbone carpet. That bead fill actually adds a little bit more back to the hole friendliness of the bag, so it doesn't just hang all the time. You will get a few to drip in now and then. So love love the mixed fill that BG's uses in this Wizard L. These bags are also ACL stamps. You play in the ACL, you can throw these. Let's go and jump in and talk more about playability. And to me, this is a bag that is designed for control, for playing a dirty style game, or dealing with someone who is, whether you want to get up there and throw blockers and work around them, or whether your opponent's throwing blockers and you want to work around them. Because of the control you have, I talked about the shot shape. It cuts, rolls, flops. This bag does that well. You can cut, you can roll, you can flop. I would say if you're beginning to learn, the regular Wizard is better at that, but it's not as forgiving. But because of the floppier, these require a little bit more skill. So if you're average to advanced level, you can cut, roll, floppies, no problem whatsoever. And that's probably, to me, where the bag really stands out. If you're looking just to run bags in the hole, you can do that with these. But as I mentioned, this herringbone carpet is not that hole friendly, so it's not the best material for that, not the best bag for that. But even if you don't play a dirty style game, if you're playing someone who does, and they're constantly putting blockers up in your way, this bag gives you the option to get around their blockers, leave them there, make them go collect them, make them make the mistake. So that's where you see a lot of players, even if you're not playing dirty style game, you still can deal with those dirty style game plays of your opponents as well. One thing I forgot to mention was the weight of these bags. One of the reasons they're light is because they are lighter in weight as well. And that's probably my biggest complaint. In the first review I did, that was my biggest complaint. That's my biggest complaint with these bags. The regular Wizard weight is on the lighter side of bags. It's like 15.8 ounces roughly. Standard bag, 16 ounces, 1 pound. But in the ACL, you can go to 15 and a half up to 16 and a half. So you have a half ounce leeway either side of that 16 ounce or that 1 pound weight. The regular Wizard is 15.8. Most ACL stamp bags fall to that 15.8 and 16 ounce weight, right? Somewhere in there. So the Wizard is on the lighter side, which is about as light as I really want to go. These drop down to like a 15 and a half, 15.6 ounces. It's not a big deal. Like, you pick this Wizard L up, you pick the regular Wizard up, you're not going to feel, like, I don't feel a weight difference in the two. I feel the flop difference. I feel the fullness of the regular Wizard over the Wizard L. These are a little floppy, a little looser. I don't feel the weight difference. But when I go to throw these bags, where I notice it, one is these bags play slower. I find that stickier bags, when they're lighter weight, they play slower. So it tends to want to play a little slower, which means I can throw it a little harder to get it to move. But when I throw blockers up there and I go to push through, I've really got to throw hard with those blockers to get the force, the momentum, whatever term I need to get that bag to push. It just wants to hit and stop. It doesn't want to push through. I like to push slow side to my last bag. I find with these bags, I almost have to go fast side if I want to push. It's really hard to push slow side unless that bag's right up at the board. And that's an issue that I had when I first reviewed these. This bag isn't a special bag, isn't a unique bag. Almost every other company out there that makes bags has a herringbone carpet bag with a mixed fill. I mean, that they've had them before this bag even came out, before BG came out with this bag. A lot of companies had those bags. And they're a heavier weight. They're more of a standard weight. And I just think they play better. And so in my mind, there's never a time that I think this is the best version of the style bag to throw. I've got other bags that will play better and I will have more success with than I will with this. I don't see any advantage to the lighter weight. Because you can go a thinner, looser bag like this Wizard L, but still maintain the weight. You can get a denser fill that's heavier and keep that weight up and still have the same hand feel to it. And I think doing that, and again, it's a small change, but that's in this game of cornhole and in these bags, those little differences make, you make a difference of one bag. Maybe I go to push one bag and it gets hung up and I leave 2 and I lose 4 points that round. That 4 points could cost me the game. So those little differences make a big difference when it comes to a game to 21, right? And those things matter, and they matter to me. And when I have plenty of other bags to choose from. I mean, if you're a BG sponsored player, then right, and you like this style of bag, you don't have a lot of choices. But if you're not sponsored by BG, you've got plenty of other bags to choose from that I think are going to play better. I want to jump into availability on these Wizard L's, and BG has a website, bgcornhole.com. Bags are $115, and it's like $11 shipping. Now, they do have sometimes they have different styles, different designs, different options. It sometimes will be a little cheaper. I think the standard Wizard L is $115, $11 shipping, $126. That's probably my second gripe of this bag is the price. Right? That's at the higher price point of bags for me. And I just think there's so many other options at cheaper price. I mean, you can get other bags for less than $100 shipped to you. These are $126. Again, if you got the money and you like the bag and you like BGs and you want them, go get them. But for me, I can't, again, another reason I can't recommend them is that price point as well, because I think there are better options out there at a cheaper price point. But if you've run the Wizard L's, as always, I'd love to hear opinions. Drop them down. I'm sure you'll share them with me. I usually get a lot of comments on these BG reviews. I love it. Even if you disagree with me, I don't care. I like to hear you guys' opinions. So drop your comments down below. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching. For those of you sticking around, I had a little Easter egg I dropped in here, and that's my t-shirt, my Wizard Heavy, Wizard Light shirt. This was a shirt I actually designed after my first review. I called these Wizard L's a Wizard Light when technically they weren't. They were, but they weren't. That's a whole nother issue, but I called them Wizard Light. I took a lot of heat for calling them a Wizard Light, and so I created this t-shirt, my Wizard Heavy, Wizard Light t-shirt. Get it? Wizard Heavy, Wizard Light. A lot of I still have this. I think it's still up on my TeePublic shop if you're interested in buying it. I don't think I've ever sold anything other than this one that I purchased myself, because no one knows what it means. I've worn it a few times, and people ask me, and I just chuckle. I enjoy wearing it for fun. I had to kind of drop this as a little Easter egg for this review. But now, if you've stuck around long enough, maybe you understand, if you didn't before, what the heavy light means on this. So I thank you guys for sticking around and watching all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it.